Hi there guys, how are you doing? I hope you're really well. So today's pick a card reading is a love energy update. So we are looking at what is going on in love. This is appropriate for singles and for those of you who are interested in someone, coupled up with someone. So it's the energy for you and your situation at the moment, okay? So if you would like a reading with me, it's £20 for 20 minutes, and please check, and you get the reading in 24 hours. Please check the description box below. Okay, so please choose a group. If you haven't done already, you may want to pause the video and meditate in order to pick the group that you feel drawn to. Okay, here we go. Hi number ones, how are you doing? I hope you're really well. So here we go with the love energy update. What am I doing? I'm not even putting them straight. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so the love energy update. So we're looking at these cards don't necessarily represent a person. It's more about the general energy around your situation. Something is still quite new or quite youthful or quite young. This Page of Wands for me is a symbol of a youthful or young situation. It's something that still needs to mature, but it is a sort of sense of good news. There is a sense that there's some exciting adventure in the future, in the offing. There's someone or something in this situation is very inspired or very inspiring, but there's still some more work to do. So whatever your situation is, the key thing this week or at this time, I mean, I generally see the energy updates as for around a week, but you know, it's whatever calls out to you. But what you need to do, or what needs to happen in this situation, is a maturing process. And let's look how that's going to happen. You see the Three of Coins underneath from the John Holland deck. This is the apprenticeship card. It's that sense of working on your skills, of using your skills and putting your skills to good use in order to get recognition and reward. So how are you going to get there? How are you going to get to that next stage in your love life, in your relationship, or whatever it is that you find yourself in romantically? Really, it's about maturing past the idea, past the inspiration, and towards something that is more solid, something that will feel like you have achieved something. Yeah, so you are trying to work towards this achievement, and it is definitely possible for you to get there, but it is going to take a maturing process. And really, it is about having to work on yourself. This is someone perfecting their craft. There's almost a bit of it's a cliched saying, but it does work quite well with this card, which is short-term pain for long-term gain. There is a sense that you're maybe going to have to spend a bit more time working on yourself, or alone, or both. You know, there's a sense that you have to work on something in order to be able to gain the relationship that, or the situation in your relationship that you want. So this can be about getting involved in your own passion, in your own joy. This can be about getting involved in your own projects. It might also be that the reality is that because you're so busy working on your work projects, because these are both coins cards, so it could be that you're so busy working on other things that that the people involved in your situation are so busy working on other things that they're not able to kind of mature the situation. There's something about the love energy at the moment that it's a great idea, and there's a sense of real possibility. There's a sense of, yes, something could happen here, but it's just kind of not coming to fruition. And some of that is, like I say, just because either people involved need to work on themselves, or they may be working on other things. There may be practical things in the way at the moment that are actually preventing this situation from moving forwards. For some of you, this situation that's preventing you from moving forwards could be some sort of attachment a previous relationship or a different relationship. This is the Temptation card, which is the Devil. So this could be bondage that's keeping you from this recognition and reward. This could be another relationship. This could be another situation. But there's something that's a little bit in the way at the moment. You know, there's something that's a little bit causing some sort of barrier. There's also the possibility with the Page of Wands and the Temptation card that because you've not, or the situation has not been able to mature enough, it could be that it could become a bit codependent. You know, because this person or this situation is very youthful, is inspired. There's a sense of inspiration from this situation, but it's not had chance to kind of grow. And this is like the growth card. You know, you grow through working on things. And there's a sense that if you're not careful, if you rush into a situation, it could become like bondage, attachment, entrapment, codependency. So there's a little update for number ones for this week. It's a little bit different. It's come through a little bit different this week, which I like. So much love to you guys. I will see you on a private reading or on tomorrow's reading. See you soon. Hi number twos, how are you doing? So this is the love energy update. It's roughly for around this week. That's my intention. But do you know what? If you see it for a day or 2 weeks or whatever, that's fine too. Whatever you feel intuitively. Okay, there's some heavy stuff going on for you guys. So whether it's you, a person that you're thinking of, or you're single, there's the energy update for you guys, love-wise, is that something is trying to complete. You've been through some stuff. You've had this fool's journey. You've been on one cycle of the journey. And it's been tough. I can see that. It's been tough. And you're trying to get that sense of relief and release. Something's trying to end. Something's trying to leave your life in a good way. Not something bad, not something to be worried about. It's a positive upturn, you know. It's like, you know, that thing you've been working on for ages, you know, it's going to complete, it's going to change. You're going to see this situation totally turn around, hopefully, for the majority of you. The world says that, you know, you've done the work and now you're at the point where you get to take a new direction, move to the next level. It's this sense of positivity and joy and happiness because whatever you've been working on, you've now achieved or you're close to achieving. And there's this sense that, you know, the world's your oyster now. You can really move forwards. You can really move on. Now, some of you are saying, Kat, there's no way. You know, I'm totally stuck. Yes, I see that. Something is trying to complete. And it's amazing, and you can feel it, you can almost smell it, taste it, touch it, feel it. It's like, yeah, it's right there. Why isn't it happening? We've got the Hanged Man. There is a sense that some of you do feel stuck. You do feel kind of like maybe you've been able to see this completion for ages, but it just hasn't happened, and you're like, well, why? The reality is that perhaps for a lot of you, the reason why it hasn't kind of developed is because you've had to kind of let a few smaller opportunities go by in order to get the big win. There is also a chance that for some of you, the reason it's not happening is that you fail to see something. It's like, can you see this person, the Hanged Man, he's got this like light bulb moment going on. It probably won't focus. Oh, it has. Amazing. Can you see he's got the light bulb around his head? It's like the ding. Oh, I see. It's like by being in this different position, by being stuck in this situation where he can't do anything. He feels kind of like powerless. He feels like, well, here I am. I can't really change this situation. So I just have to stand here and watch it. But through that like level of surrender and that acceptance of the situation, he's able to see things differently. And this is what's trying to happen to you. So if you do feel really stuck, be open to seeing things differently. Be open because a revelation is coming. Also, some of you need to surrender. The Five of Swords is about accepting defeat in some way and walking away, giving up the fight. For me as well, with this being the swords card, a sword card, this can be about giving up the old way of trying to do things. You know, by the old way, I mean, you know, this sense of the materialistic status, coming from the mind and thoughts instead of from the heart, you know, and trying to look, how do I look? You know, what do people think about me? All of that sort of thing. It's like giving up all of that, you know. And in love, really, they're saying to move to this like really beautiful new level, you have to be really authentic. So there can't be anything superficial. I'm reading this intuitively, by the way, because I do realise I'm going on to things that aren't to do with any of the cards. So just so I tell you, most of you know I do. Yeah, so you've got to kind of admit defeat. There's something that you're clinging on to, some old way, some old pattern, some old habit. But actually what you're holding on to and trying to take forwards is not helpful for you. That's why it won't complete. You need to let go of that old way. The shadow says that the old way is part of your pain, part of your old... an old conditioning. There's something that is, you know, shadowy, that's a little bit uncomfortable. It's nothing massively painful, I don't think. For the majority of you, the Hanged Man is not in any pain, it's just uncomfortable. There's a sense of something you're holding on to, and you're trying to complete this cycle, and you're like, well, why won't this change? Why am I not seeing any improvement? You know what? You've got to face the shadow. There's something you're trying to take with you. There's something you're trying to ignore or push down, and you need to kind of allow it to rise up. You need to kind of face what you're trying to push down and then admit defeat on it. Let it go, surrender to it. You know, accept the position you're in, because it's when you accept the position you're in, you get the light bulb moment, and then things can complete. Okay, thank you so much, number twos. I'll see you on tomorrow's reading or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi, number threes. How are you doing? So this is a love energy update. I do see this roughly for this week, but whatever you feel called towards, you know, you might see it as a couple of days, you might see it as a couple of weeks, whatever works for you. So number threes, I see you've been having some angst, you've been having some issues. We've got the Nine of Swords. There's definitely a sense that your love situation has been keeping you awake at night, metaphorically or literally. There is a sense that you've had a lot of thoughts and worries around this situation. It's been troubling you. Your situation has been troubling you. I feel that as well, it has driven you into yourself. Not necessarily in a good way, although I think ultimately it will be a good thing. I feel like a lot of you have chosen number three. You feel quite withdrawn. You feel quite isolated. You feel like you're just ruminating on the situation. You're thinking about it. You're trying to work it out. You're trying to work out which way to go. You're questioning whether, you know, whether you're doing the right thing, whether you've gone on the right path, all of that sort of thing. There is this sense of general rumination, worrying, concerning yourself, looking at your practical situation, thinking, well, where do I go from here? How do I move forwards? How do I move along? I just don't really know what to do. And there's this sense that it has made you feel quite isolated, made you feel quite vulnerable. It's driven you deep inside, which feels kind of frustrating at the moment. I think some of you are at this stage where you just feel isolated, detached, bit anxious, and really very unaware of how to get out of it. But don't worry, if you are at that stage, this is coming. Some of you are saying, yeah, I already know, because this has already happened. You have had recently quite a period of this sort of sense of isolation and of feeling frustrated, not knowing how to move forwards. But you have just had, or are about to have, an inspiration, an aha moment. Something is going to occur to you. You are going to see a way forwards. The universe is going to offer you a new idea. It could be something directly linked to the relationship or romance, but it doesn't have to be. It might be an idea about your life purpose, your passion, your focus in life. It may be something like that, and that will drive you forwards, and that will prove in the long run to have a very positive effect on the relationship. So even if your inspiration isn't apparently anything to do with the relationship, rest assured it will help this situation in one way, shape or form. It's difficult for me to give you a specific, because I'm seeing like this, loads of different like snapshots of different situations. There's no point me running through them all. I'd be here for ages, because it could be all different things. Like, for example, you get on your passion and then you meet the person that you've been wanting to meet. If you're single, it could be that you've got a connection with someone and it's just not working out, and you get on your passion and you find that it makes you happier and more positive. And actually the thing that's been creating a distance between you and the person is that you have been very isolated and very down, and you've been very closed off, and so then this person is able to be like attracted back into your life. Do you see what I mean? They're just a couple of examples. I'm not sure they're very good examples, but you get the idea. This inspiration, when you see it, take it. You'll know it, you'll know what it is, but you'll get some sort of inspiration this week, or you know, around this time if you haven't already, and this is going to solve or take the first step towards solving this issue, this sense of angst and isolation, and this sense of stuckness around the situation. Thanks guys, see you tomorrow or on a private reading in the meantime. Hi number 4s, how are you doing? I hope you're really good. So this is a love energy update. Okay, this is intuitive, by the way, guys. Just so as you knows. Right, okay, perfect. So, guys, those of you who've chosen number 4, there's something positive coming into your life soon. If it hasn't already, there's something physical, tangible is being offered. This can be an offer of a relationship. This could be a new love interest coming in. This could be moving to the next level. There is a sense that something new is about to be offered or is being offered. So those of you who have been in a state of stuckness or feeling like things aren't shifting, nothing's changing, nothing's happening, this is going to change. Okay. Now, some of you are saying, Kat, that's just not possible. It's not going to happen for me. Yeah, I get that, because there's been this sense of wondering and looking and ruminating and trying to work out for so long. It's like, you know, this is never going to move on. This 7 of coins is like, you got quite a long way along the road. You had this sense that you had got somewhere with the situation, and then it just ground to a halt. And you were just kind of looking around thinking, okay, well, how do I move forwards? And there just never seemed to be an option. There never seemed to be an opportunity. Okay, well, the opportunity is coming. Okay, the opportunity is coming. Now, it's not to say that it's going to be easy, because we've got the 5 of Wands. There is this sense that whatever opportunity is coming is not going to be an easy option. It is going to be challenging, but in a good way. The 5 of Wands isn't necessarily a negative challenge. It's this sense of, it almost feels to me a bit like creative differences. You know, you might get together with somebody or move to the next stage with someone who you feel challenges you, but it actually makes you into a more awakened person, or a, in inverted commas, a better person, although I don't like that expression at all. It will do. There's this sense that this situation, your love situation, whether you're single or married, it really, or anything in between, it doesn't matter. There is this sense that your current situation is providing you obstacles and challenges, or this new situation is going to offer you obstacles and challenges that enable you to grow as a person. This is like the hero's journey. You know, it's like, think of any sort of like hero-y type film, or any type film really. If you think of like Star Wars or Harry Potter or something like that, you know, you've got the main character starts the film, they've got some issues, they have to overcome all these obstacles, and in the end they win. This is like a mini version of what is going on in your life. And you know, it does feel like things have been stuck for a while, but do you know what? Things are going to move forwards. The reason why I want you to feel convinced is we've got the Crown Chakra card. This card says that the universe is fast tracking the situation. The universe has stepped in. This is a fast track. This is a catalyst. The universe is helping you by allowing things, new things to come in and old things to be cleared away. So if you feel like you are dubious about this change, don't be, because I really do think that with this is why things will change. So it doesn't have to be that the other things in your life have changed significantly. It's more that the universe is, for whatever reason, who knows, it's sometimes a bit of a mystery, the universe has decided to step in and help you to move things along. So hopefully you will, for most of you, you will no longer feel like you're in this ruminating time where you're stood watching thinking, well, how do I move this along? You will get ideas and you will get an opportunity. Guys, so much love to you. I hope you have an amazing week, amazing day, and I will see you on tomorrow's reading, if not before, on a private reading. See you soon.